Caitlin Clark just exploded on the court against the Phoenix Mercury. Diana wasn't playing because she was injured, but she was watching Caitlin cooking her team and even argued with the ref. The rookie is playing like a veteran, but not everything was smooth in that game. Imagine this, Clark was flying in the first half, dishing out assists, scoring baskets, grabbing rebounds. It looked like the Fever were going to crush them, but then in the second half, things got tense. The Mercury almost turned the game around, guys. It was so obvious that even Clark lost her cool and punched the bench. Seriously, I've never seen her that mad. If you're also hooked on this insane WNBA season, don't waste time. Click the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any details of everything that's happening. Guys, let's talk about the madness that was Clark's first half. She stepped onto the court with fire in her eyes. In the first quarter alone, the girl already had 5 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. That's insane. There are many players out there who don't achieve that in a whole game. But wait, she didn't stop there. In the second quarter, Clark kept cooking. She wasn't just shooting threes and distributing the ball. The girl was attacking the paint like a veteran. The result? She finished the first half with 18 points. And you know what's crazier? The arena was packed, guys. Everyone cheering, shouting her name. It's like Clark had hypnotized all of Indianapolis. I've been following her from the start, and man, I've never seen anything like it. She's playing on another level. But hold on, the story doesn't end at halftime. The second half was a different story. Remember I said Clark was flying? Well, it seems the Fever decided to land at the wrong time. The Mercury came at them with everything. The 20-point lead at halftime started melting away like ice cream in the sun. And guess what? The Fever simply disconnected. The ball stopped going to Clark, the defense started failing, and the offense. Don't even get me started. It was so obvious that even Clark lost her patience. Seriously, I've never seen her so upset. At one point, she punched the bench. Can you believe it? The girl who's always smiling, dishing out assists, was there, incredibly frustrated. And look, this isn't the first time this has happened. The Fever have had this problem in other games. They start flying, and then out of nowhere, it seems like they forget how to play basketball. I'll be honest with you, if the Fever had lost this lead, I wouldn't be surprised if the coaching staff got fired. It was close, but really close. Clark was there, wanting the ball, wanting to make a difference, but the whole team was a bit lost. You could see in her eyes how much it hurt. And for those of us who follow her, man, it hurt us too. But look, even with all this roller coaster, the Fever managed to hold on and take the victory. And let's talk stats, because folks, numbers don't lie. Let's start with our girl. She ended the night with 20 points, 13 assists, and 6 rebounds. Are you kidding me? 38 minutes on the court and a double-double. She had some turnovers, true, but also grabbed a steal and made 2 blocks. Clark's showing she's not just a scoring machine, she does it all on the court. Now, Kelsey Mitchell, she was on fire. Finished with 28 points, hitting 11 of 19 field goals, 3 3-pointers in the mix, and 100% from the free throw line. Mitchell was impossible to guard. And we can't forget Aaliyah Boston, 21 points and 13 rebounds. That's right, another double-double for the Fever. Boston dominated under the basket, grabbing 8 offensive rebounds. That's pure dominance. These 3 together, man, they're a nightmare for any defense. Clark distributing the game, Mitchell punishing from long range, and Boston dominating the boards. When they're in sync like this, it seems unstoppable. But we know that numbers are great, but they don't tell the whole story. The Fever needs to find a way to keep this chemistry for the entire game, because when it works wonders. And this win was very important for the Fever. With this victory, the Fever is holding on to the playoff race. And let's face it, everyone wants to see Clark in the playoffs, right? Imagine this, Caitlin Clark in a best-of-3 series with all the pressure and intensity of the playoffs. That would be insane. We who follow her know how much she steps up in decisive moments. But to get there, the Fever needs to solve this consistency issue. They can't keep giving these scares, you know? A team that allows a near comeback like this in the second half might struggle in the playoffs. The thing is, Clark can't carry the team on her back all the time. We saw what happens when the ball stops going to her. The offense stalls, the defense gets lost, and then it's downhill from there. This victory shows that the Fever has the potential to be a dangerous team. With Clark, Mitchell, and Boston playing at this level, they can give anyone a hard time. But they need to maintain this level for 40 minutes, not just 20. And I'll tell you, if the Fever can bring this energy for the rest of the season, we might be witnessing the birth of a new title contender. Is it too early to say that? Maybe. But with Clark leading, I wouldn't doubt anything. The deal now is to stay focused, game by game. Every win counts. Every performance like this brings the Fever closer to the playoffs. And man, I can't wait to see what Clark will do when she gets there. And Clark's performance in this game heated up another topic, the race for Rookie of the Year. Did you know Angel Reese recently passed Clark in the rankings? Yeah, and I bet Clark is not happy about that. Knowing Caitlyn as we do, we can be sure she's using that as fuel. Every game now is a chance for her to prove she deserves this title. Maybe that's why she punched the bench when they were almost losing. Clark isn't just putting up numbers, she's changing the game for the Fever, filling arenas, making the crowd go wild with every pass, every shot. That should all count when deciding who's the best rookie. And you know what's crazier? This race is raising the level of both of them. Clark is playing as if every night is decisive for the award, and in a way it is. For me, who's been following Clark from the start, it's clear she deserves this award. But what I think doesn't matter, right? It's the numbers, the impact on the team, the consistency throughout the season. One thing I know, if Clark keeps playing like this, dominating both ends of the court, leading the Fever to the playoffs, it'll be hard to deny her the trophy. But we know that in sports, nothing is guaranteed. That's why we love it, right? Now it's about keeping an eye on every game, because this Rookie of the Year race promises to be as exciting as the playoff chase. But guys, let's be serious here. The Fever is on a tightrope and it's no small thing. This win was important, but it exposed a serious problem that could cost them dearly in the playoffs. What happens if the Fever keeps having these performance drops in the middle of the game? And if Clark can't save the day every time? We saw how frustrated she got, punching the bench. That can affect not only her performance, but the whole team's. And there's more. Other teams aren't fools. They're seeing these flaws, these moments of disconnection. You can bet that in upcoming games, especially if the Fever makes it to the playoffs, opponents will try to exploit these weaknesses. Clark is playing on another level, we know that. But basketball is a team sport. If the rest of the team doesn't keep up, if they can't maintain the intensity for 40 minutes, it could be tough to do well in the playoffs. The Fever needs to solve this, and fast. The season is moving forward. The games are getting more and more important. If they don't find a solution to this instability, they might see everything they fought for slip through their fingers. The question remains, will the Fever manage to adjust in time, or will the pressure be too much for this young team led by Clark? Despite all these challenges, we can't deny it. The Fever and Caitlyn Clark are giving us an unforgettable season. Every game is an emotional roller coaster, and we never know what to expect. And you know what's the coolest thing about all this? We're witnessing the rise of a star. Clark isn't just playing well, she's redefining what it means to be a rookie in the WNBA. She's making history right before our eyes. Now, I want to know what you think. Can the Fever solve these consistency problems? Will Clark win Rookie of the Year? Leave your opinions in the comments. And if you're enjoying this analysis of the WNBA season, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell too so you don't miss any videos about the craziness of this season. With every like and subscription, you help me bring more content about Clark and the Fever to you. And believe me, the way things are going, we'll have a lot to discuss in the coming weeks. See you in the next video.